What is good, cluttered people, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Bobbalam dissing Uzi for real so he can respond to me like he already did, and I don't care what none of y'all say, and I'll prove it in this video. So without further ado, Lil Uzi Vert disses Kanye West and responds to my tweet/Instagram post. Let's talk about it. Okay, so for all the non-believers, we're gonna be firstly proving that Uzi did in fact respond to my tweet. You know, I'm not standing over here. I don't understand how some of these people just do not realize, like, they just don't want to open their eyes. I mean, I made like 1,000 fucking videos on one person helping this dude promote his album more than anyone else on YouTube, and you guys cannot deny that. I'm sure that's the reason why a lot of y'all are already subscribed to the channel in the first place. That's how y'all found my channel. And y'all don't think that Uzi on YouTube one day saw something about him? I mean, he probably searches, you know, his own music when he's on YouTube to like listen to it while he's doing some shit. I don't know, taking out the trash, washing the dishes, playing footsie with Cardi in the sheets. Like, of course, my video has probably been recommended under one of his. It's just a fact. That's just how YouTube works in the algorithm. So without further ado, let's actually get into how he responded to my tweet. In that, I tweeted yesterday at specifically 8:44 p.m. where the Uzi Kanye collab at though, and I said watch don't count because that was primary a Travis Scott song, and I was talking about specifically a Kanye Uzi collab, like just them two with like Kanye production and Uzi rapping, and obviously Kanye in a verse too, but y'all get what I'm saying. And I posted this on Instagram as well. It has like 1,300 likes, which I'm mentioning because it had a decent reach. And then less than an hour later, at roughly 9:41 p.m., Lil Uzi Vert posts a story saying praise the Lord in the caption, and then talking about Kanye West. We'll play the video very soon, but he says Kanye West ain't fucking with him specifically. Now, when have you heard Lil Uzi ever talk about Kanye West? Never, except for like maybe Watch. And I don't even think Lil Uzi Vert promoted that song at all. He let Travis and Kanye do all the heavy work on that shit, but this is no coincidence that Uzi started talking about a Kanye collab, saying Kanye don't fuck with him or ain't fucking with him, like ain't on his skill level, less than an hour after I tweeted. So everyone can suck my dick who doesn't believe. It's cool. I'm gonna leave it here. I'm not gonna talk about it again, but just realize he was responding to the tweet. Maybe not to me specifically, but someone brought it up to him, or he saw it on Twitter or Instagram. Like, that is the only reason that I can fathom in my mind. Not to mention the fact that this isn't the first time that he's made moves based off something I said on Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube. Actually, more so YouTube, because that's my biggest audience, in which, if you recall, I made a video on somewhat exposing Lil Uzi Vert for accidentally stealing the That Way cover from an anime artist in like Korea or something, and then like less than a day later, he comments on that artist's last Instagram post, settling the whole situation by paying him off or something like that. So this isn't the first time that Uzi has, I don't know if you want to call it responded to my tweet, because he might not know who I am specifically, but he definitely was responding to something I said. But anyway, enough of that. People are probably going to be angry in the comments like, no dude, Uzi didn't respond to you, you not that clouded. Yeah, okay, I don't gotta be clouded to get responded by Uzi. But now let's actually get into the Kanye diss, and I'm gonna say that in quotation marks, but y'all can't see my hands. Let's just watch the video first and then analyze the whole situation.
Kanye West ain't fucking with me. It's me. Like for real though, it's really me. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like when I be making them songs, and them songs only go platinum once, I do that on purpose.
Okay, so it's kind of hard to hear at first, but at the very beginning of the story, before it's cut off, because maybe he like pressed the record button and started talking right before that, so it kind of missed a little bit, he said Kanye West ain't fucking with him.
Kanye West ain't fucking with me.
Which is a slight diss, in my opinion, towards Kanye West, although he may be joking, so that's why I put it in quotation marks. And secondly, he kind of excuses the fact that some of his songs haven't done as well, aka only 1 times platinum, which in relative terms is still, you know, amazing compared to any other artist. But for Uzi, like, he can shit on a fucking piece of bread and eat it, and that shit will go platinum like music video easy. But anyway, let's get into the meaning behind all of it, and like if it was actually a Kanye diss, because saying Kanye West ain't fucking with him with all of Kanye's success in music and elsewhere is kind of a harsh thing to say. So What some people were saying was that Uzi was simply joking and that Kanye pretty much has countless multi-platinum singles and albums. If you go on his Wikipedia page, it starts from The College Dropout, which is like 3 times platinum, and then Late Registration, another album that's 3 times platinum, and the list goes on until The Life of Pablo, which is double platinum, although Ye and Jesus is King only went gold so far. But those are his most recent, so you know, maybe give him a little more time. And quite frankly, Uzi could just be talking shit in like a playful manner to get Kanye to respond or get him in the studio, or maybe he already has, because if y'all recall, Kanye West was getting like Justin Bieber and Lil Baby out to fucking Wyoming or wherever he's staying at now. Maybe he's literally in heaven right now just protecting Jesus, but he was getting them to record, so maybe Uzi's on Donda. Probably not, because I haven't really seen them together and I don't know if they ever like fuck with each other that hard. But Uzi could have made this story just to get Kanye to respond and maybe increase the chances of such a collaboration, because maybe Kanye never really has talked to Uzi that much. For their only collab, Watch, it was a Travis Scott song, so maybe Travis Scott probably set that up. Something else Uzi could be doing is Kanye West is huge right now, especially like running in the US presidential campaign, which is probably the biggest publicity stunt in the world that I've ever seen. I mean, Donald Trump is probably the most famous person on this planet, whether it's good or bad, so Kanye West being affiliated with all that is kind of like increasing his fame even further. And so Uzi stirring up controversy with such a big name, Kanye West, especially after he's blown up in the fashion scene with Yeezy, is kind of like a fun little clout grab for Uzi. I mean, all the media outlets posted it even though he was joking. And then lastly, he kind of excuses his relative flops, at least compared to his own discography, such as Sasuke, his baby voice thing where he was making fun of Cardi, and then the future collabs Over Your Head and Protect that didn't even land on the Hot 100 Billboard the first week per usual. And what I was thinking was that Uzi could literally be doing that on purpose, like releasing flop songs so that all of the expectations are lowered, because if you recall, a lot of people were hating on Eternal Take because it was so hyped up for like 3 years that it was kind of hard to reach the expectations of the fans. So dropping like kind of flop singles that don't do too well or don't appeal to as wide of an audience as like EXO Tour Life did, it kind of gives Uzi the freedom back where he can experiment with different sounds, which I think he has been. But most likely he's probably just joking, like making fun of some of his flop singles, because it's kind of becoming a meme nowadays to hate on Uzi and say that he's falling off, even though I don't think he's falling off completely. He just needs to stop doing hella features unless they're like with big names. No hate though. But on the other hand, Uzi could actually be serious in that he's saying that Kanye West ain't on his level, and I would kind of agree. I know some of y'all are gonna be Kanye fans and say like Kanye West is GOAT, and he is GOAT in his own respect from a producer perspective, but as a rapper, I think Lil Uzi Vert is way better. I mean, Uzi writes his own songs. Like, Kanye doesn't come up with all of his melodies and flows and shit. He's like the producer. He hires, you know, a cool beat maker, he hires songwriters, and that's a whole skill in itself. That's basically what Travis Scott does too, and that's where like the big hit records are at. But Uzi is a rapper, he's hopping on everybody's record because he can. He's so versatile when it comes to actually recording his vocals on a track. Now, I don't know where he stands on beat making, but Kanye West is most likely better than him at that, so I'll give him credit where it's due. But let's also be real here. Kanye West just dropped a gospel album, Jesus is King, and then dropped Ye before that, which, you know, I liked a couple songs on those albums. Actually, I thought Ye was trash, but The Life of Pablo was fire, but that was like back 4 years ago or something like that. But Jesus is King was kind of a stretch. Like, it was cool, but as we talked about before, it hasn't even hit platinum. It's still only gold after like a year or two or however long it's been. So I just think that Uzi can talk his shit, and he has the right to say he's better than Kanye West, currently at least. I know Kanye has a very successful track record, especially with all his multi-platinum albums, whereas Uzi technically only has 2 studio albums that are platinum at all, because Only Love Is Rage 2 is double platinum currently, and then Eternal Take is only single platinum so far, but that was released in 2020, so that's probably the reason why. But also, Kanye West is basically a fashion mogul nowadays. I wouldn't even consider him a rapper. I mean, Donda has been teased for like 2 years at this point. He literally does not drop music anyway, so of course Uzi can talk his shit if he's serious about being a better rapper. But who knows? I mean, he could be joking, he could be serious. We really have no idea. I think that's why Uzi did it in the first place, just to stir up the controversy, as we discussed a little bit earlier. I mean, nobody knows, and that's just gonna promote even more conversation about him, especially because him and Future are planning to drop very soon. The theory is that November 20th, Future's birthday, they're gonna drop the collab tape because they dropped the promoting singles of the collab tape on Uzi's birthday, so it kind of like works hand in hand. But again, we'll just have to wait and find out. So with that, it's your boy Bobbalam signing off, jumping in the studio with Jesus so that Kanye randomly shows up, because you know he's bumming wherever Jesus is going. Let me know in the comments what you think. You think Uzi was serious in dissing Kanye, or you think it was a joke just to, like, you know, get in the studio with him or talk some shit towards Kanye, even though Kanye probably hasn't said a curse word ever since he converted into a hardcore Christian. But make sure to like and subscribe while you're at it for the latest hip-hop news, drama, and analysis videos, as well as to follow me on all my socials in the description. Join the Bob Gang if you with it. Peace out, cut it, people. Know what I'm saying?